Hey guys, Mitch here. Going to do a really quick end of day review. I have somewhere to be, so apologies for the rush job on this one. But on stream today, post London close, the positioning we talked about was pretty much calling for why we likely didn't go lower from this point due to kind of the inability to persist with volatility. Because we didn't get that kind of persistent volatility to hold, the overall positive gamma below spot all the way down beyond just today even kind of made it harder to sell further without that persisting, meaning the selling was just constant. So any relief at all was likely going to give us a little bit of a lift, especially when you pair that with this range of kind of negative positioning. A little buying begets more buying, begets more buying until you reach a point where it doesn't go any further. So we didn't have enough bidding to kind of take over this 75.70 strike on ES to get the extension much higher. We pretty much stalled out kind of where you would expect us to, where there was this very small balance. And the overall positioning overhead was also kind of weighing down. The straddle at that point was like 10 or 12 points, maybe 15 at most at the start of the stream, which was right in this area. I finished up right kind of here. And what I was calling for was either you get the squeeze move higher, or a failure to hold this strike meant that any selling introduced at all, any kind of volatility, would accelerate you back down towards this kind of balance area. Now, things did shift into the very end of the day, but the other thing you have to consider is there's only so much time left, right? So this last little bit of lift into the close was kind of natural. I actually called out probably a little too early, around 2:30-ish, looking for like a 75.10 on SPX, which puts you at about 75.60 ES. The move kind of materialized, but stalled out right at the very end. But this kind of natural lift is normal if you get any kind of buying into those types of positions. But a settle back down towards the 75.50, 45-ish would have been completely unsurprising. I think tomorrow's positioning will also be thin, just with an early look. But I think today's kind of session showed you if you're not over something, you're under it. And if you are, where does that point you back to? You can say news, you can say whatever you want about coming back on this sell. Maybe it was assisted by a headline, but the structure always points you to a place. And where did we come down to? Exactly where we had drawn these arrows during the stream. So hopefully you guys are taking something from this. We will get the pre-market plan out in the Discord, including for tonight's session in the overnight, and then we'll see what we get on stream tomorrow. But until then, trade safe.